Hey everybody, and welcome back to OneShot. My name's Pokey. I wonder if I've accidentally in any of these recordings said welcome back to Legend of Arceus. Anyway, in the last episode, we managed to make it over to this island after, fortunately losing a couple of our friends. But, this episode, we're gonna be trying to find a gear and a battery in order to help out our friend over there who, needs his ship replaced. The little flying machine fixed up. Do you know where I can find a battery? Good question. Don't use electricity in the Glen. There are robots that do that at the research station. If there's a battery anywhere, they know where it's at. How am I supposed to get to the research station? It does left and right. Crowbar. Just a wrench. Battery and some gears. Problem is, I don't know where the heck we're expected to do any of that because the gate's currently closed because of that. Wasn't the research facility just somewhere off of the eats? Box drop me there. The grass lady here? I don't think I should give her the sun if she's here, but... Savior, you're here to see me. What happened to you? Hold on. Need to concentrate. Islands will collapse. I don't do something. That's why the vines... You're making the vines grow. Is that why there are vines everywhere? Trying to hold the land together. Powers, the best I could do, yes. That's... Should I leave the sun here for you? I know you wanted to see it. Tempting, but I mustn't. The sun brings me comfort, but stress is good for... This fear is good. Makes me strong. Vines grow faster, but if I'm at ease, the vines might retreat. We're all in danger, Savior. The villagers, the children. My final hours mustn't go to waste. We'll deserve to live, even if just for another day. That's right, the bridges. Need them to cross on your pilgrimage. Would you like me to fix them? Is that possible? Difficult. Bridges are in specific locations over water. Need to find the right points. Vines must be very strong too. An undertaking. Possible. I intend to use the last of my strength. Stand back. What happened? You okay? You... That's it for her. Hopefully that lets us make it across, but... It's gone. Seedling that could. Did she actually manage to do it? Did. Or I can find a battery or flying machine. I have a battery in my system. Cannot use power under things. This is an emergency for living beings. You can use the battery from the generator. Negative. This is the only battery in the Glen. Powerful enough to be used as a standalone unit. If it was a dire situation, then do what you must. Guess we've got the battery. Can we harvest gears from any of them? Or maybe the gear will be from up. This feels like much a more sad ending to everything so far. I don't think I have any of that. Wait, I do have this box thing you can wind up and play a song. It's a music box. Yeah, I bet there's lots of little metal bits in there. Well, that might work, but I'm not sure if I want to trade it away. One of my favorite things. Oh, what am I saying? You're the savior. Things have been getting bad around here lately. If I don't help you, I might not have even been around this longer. Need this to save the world, right? Take it. Glad they saved you. My dear spinny goat. Is it just the music box? Like, will that work? Found a battery. The generator on one of those islands. The research station? Yeah, it was powering all the robots there. I felt bad for taking it. We can always give it back later. Not a music box. It should have some gears in it, right? I assume so, but it's one of the ones that my father made. Your dad makes music boxes too? Dad makes a lot of things. Where did you get this from, by the way? The trader in the village gave it to me. I see. I remember father saying he used to trade with some of the people here. He did always love traveling the world, despite, well, sorry, I started rambling. The gears in here are capable of an engine, although it pains me to have to take it apart. I'm sorry. Okay. Fine. It's like the flying machine has a chance after all. Just have to assemble the pieces now, but it might take a while. Mind keeping me company? How's it going? Hello. Connections to the batteries will not design for this type of engine, so I have to shift around some of these ports. There's this one bolt that keeps getting stuck, and don't worry, I'm making decent progress. We should be able to make it to the big city by tonight. What will happen once we get there? Need to bring Proto back first, and then we need to go find one more person. You may have already met her, actually. You remember her from the last time you were in this. Is it the fox? It's gonna sound strange, but she's a fox! It's the fox! It's the fox! Oh, I do remember talking to a fox at some point. Met Rue. These are still really blurry, though. Let's see. It's hard, you know? Proto told me to think of this world like a dream. But I get so caught up with and just kind of forget that everything here is supposed to not be real, and then I remember. And then I just get really sad. I know this is for me to go home, but knowing that none of it mattered in the first place, I'm just trapped here for no reason. Proto also told me not to ask anyone of them, saying how they don't. What about him? How did he know? How do you know? Aren't you guys all supposed to be code? Well, I'm not even sure what to believe anymore. Wish Rue was here. He's so much better at explaining this sort of thing. I'm doing a terrible job of it, but Proto was less tactful, wasn't he? Friday must risk sounding callous, but please, you need not concern yourself with how real everything is. The plan is already in motion. We cannot allow for distractions. Father's putting everything into this one last run of the world. Get a chance for him to fix everything. Father is involved in the world machine? Could say that. The acceleration of the squared circle particle anomalies was not accounted for at all. The patch was only built to accommodate the normal rate they appear, but they're accumulating at frightening speed now. Proto even lost his body. Thankfully, he gave you the disc just in time. It happened to him anyway. What happens to anyone who gets caught in the square? We know it's bad. We know how the simulation works, right? How everything is code? Specifically, everything is generated from pre-existing code. Squares can cause damage to that. Most of the time, irreversible damage. Father has lost some friends in a previous iteration. It took him forever to develop the current, much more stable version. Making it sound like your dad built the simulation itself. Wait, did he? But how? If everyone in this world is code, how can he build himself? That's, not really what happened. What happened? Like I said, you shouldn't concern yourself with... Alright. Did Prototype ever tell you about the old world? It did say something about being built to greet the Messiah of... I'm too caught up in the other time to think. So you know of it at least. Alright, here we go. My father, myself, the other two, none of us are part of the simulation itself. Our home world, the real world, was actually destroyed a long time ago. In the years leading up to the calamity, scientists from all over the world tried to stop it, but the outlook was bleak. Vague prophecy about a messiah from another world who became everyone's last bastion of hope. Bitobot, or Prototype, was built to predict the future about the specifics of this messiah. But as his predictions turned out, the messiah would not have been able to arrive in our world in time. In fact, the messiah would not even be born before our world ended. Disheartened, most people abandoned their search and resolved to peacefully live out their final years. But some people did the opposite. Even though saving the world was impossible, they didn't want our existence to be in vain. That's where my father came in. With the last of his resources, he built the most ambitious project yet, the world machine. Large, detailed facsimile of the old world, generated from a pool of memories collected from everyone he knew. After a heavy amount of modification and an added narrative, my father was able to convert the entire structure into code. How did that code escape the real world? I have no idea. What I do know is there's no equipment back home that was powerful enough to run the code independently. So aside from the standard hardware, it also needed to borrow the mental processing abilities of a living person. Father used himself in that during the initial testing phases. Like I said, it took many iterations for him to make the experience stable enough. But as you can see, even that's breaking down. Father cut up on the issue in the last minute, but it did not have enough time to fix it. After the world ended, the code just kinda ended up floating in the void indefinitely, waiting for a willing operator to install it onto their own hardware. Pokey? Yeah. The operator, Pokey, would then generate the universe using code, becoming God in the process. So Pokey was the living person you needed to borrow? No, that would be you. Why me? I've asked this question a long time ago, shouldn't I? I do not know. We really need to get going. It's fixed. We can leave in the next 5 minutes if you're ready. I understand if you are upset, but please try to understand. My father is doing this to help all of us. That includes you, Nico. The fact you can't even go back home, sure, it upsets him greatly. The world means a lot to him, you know? So how does flying work? Wait, don't these machines already exist in your world? You should already know what to expect. Not really. I've only ever heard about them. They're usually a lot bigger than this one anyway. Well, a word of precaution before we take to the air. Please try not to panic. Takes a few minutes of getting used to, but not that bad once you're in the air. I'll try. Oh, I should probably tell Calamus and Alula where I'm going. I mean, there's two running over here now. Nico! Bad news. The boat is gone. It's the squares. Looks like they're headed in this direction. That's fast. Calamus, right? Yeah? How bad is it? Doesn't seem to be of an immediate danger. It is priority that I take you to the city first, Nico. But what about them? We take a detour later and drop you guys off at the city too if you want. The city is better equipped to handle the squares. You'll be safer there. You're taking us to the city? If you wish. Oh yeah. Right. Back here in an hour, so please wait for me until then. You guys sure you'll be fine here? Mm-hmm. The squares are moving pretty slowly for now. Alright then. Guess we'll run into each other again soon. We freaking better. Ready. Alright. Yeah, we better. They might better. I better not just look down and see a squares just engulfing them. Phew. Made it. You okay there? That was the coolest thing I've ever done in my entire life. Reactions of first timers are always delightful to watch. Hey, Pokey, it was really fun. You had fun too. I mean, you weren't on the plane with me, but you got to watch it at least, right? And Cedric, thanks. What for? Flying! Oh, you're welcome? And for answering my questions back there, too. And for telling me more about the world machine. Just really sorry about what happened to your old world, though. So, I'll be the best that I can. And even if it's all just a machine, this world is still nice. I mean, I got to fly, I got to see the ocean, I got to meet a lot of nice people. People like you. And Prototype, even if he's broken right now. I'm glad you're taking it so well, Nico. Glad we've met as well. Despite the circumstances. Speaking of Proto, I should probably head off now. Need to go pick up the siblings too. It's true, those two have been waiting for a while now. In the meantime, remember what to do to get to the surface? Remember having to fix an elevator button. Alright, you should attend to that then. Meet up here in an hour. Right now, let me just... No! They're trapped on the island. Almas, Alula. They're... We don't have much time left. Nico, change of plans. Please give me the memory disk. Listen carefully. It's likely I'll be targeted again, so we should split up to keep you safe. I want you to find that door under a large clock. Room behind it houses a pair of ground access elevators. Once you get to the ground, immediately find Rue and bring her back to the room. She will know what to do in the meantime. Alright, what about you, though? I'm going to bring Prototype back. You okay? What? Are you okay? Don't worry, I'm fine! Don't scare me like that. Pokey, it's our best. Come on. Come on. Work already. All right, the elevator guy. Come on, come on. Now of all times. Excuse me. Whoa, you're you. I just didn't think I was gonna run into. The elevator's missing a button, right? How did you know? Okay, and I will help you fix it. Seriously? Goodness. Evacuees are counting on this. On me. Waiting here for hours and can't figure out a thing. Evacuees? You know the rest from the West apartments? First off, wrecked the place yesterday. Oh, right now everyone's crowded in at the cafe. We really want to get everyone to the surface as soon as possible, though. Library on the surface doubles as a shelter for situations like this. Wait, didn't we find magnets and stuff in the apartments? We'll have to find some other way to fix the button. Holy fudge! Looks like Pokey and I will need to find another way down altogether. This is the only elevator in the area. We did hear about another one, but I don't really know where it is. Do you, Pokey? I got an idea. Is that under a clock? What happens if I'm not mistaken? There's someone who has a clock right here. Elevator won't open. Like it's stuck on another floor? We need someone tall. Wonder if the big old clock has reached her yet. We'll be right here when everything ends. Please leave me be. We're running out of time. Go check the cafe for someone tall. That lady is using them to keep the land from falling. The plant spirit? Maze? I figured. How's she doing? Ah, she's gone, isn't she? That she was using the last of her powers. Be surprised. She always did her best to protect everyone. Hey, hi. The air's really cold outside. You know, now that you mentioned it, it's really chilly around this time, Pokey. And you've got a scarf, huh? Mm-hmm. Our apartment's got evacuated while my parents were at work. I'm waiting for them to pick us up now. I hope they're okay. At least my robot's with me. Oh, hello, Messiah. You came at a bad time. Province of the West Sector got destroyed by squares. It's terrible, isn't it? Yeah. At least the evacuees got it coming okay. Letting them stay here for now. We need someone tall. What if I use the crowbar? Didn't even think about that. Wait, you. Found some elevators. What? Seriously? Literally never seen another one in this area. It was in a locked room. They, work? We don't know yet. One of them has a lever that's out of my reach. Wait, you can help us. What? You should be able to reach the lever because you're taller than me. Yes, I am. So, show me the way, I suppose. Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah, and he's got a stick. His stick will help. Clock's counting up. I wonder why he said it would reach 0. It gives me the creeps, man. Oh, same. Yep. So, what do you need me to help with again? You reach that lever up there. All right. Wait, not that tall. Wait, I got this. Stick. Nice. Thank you, mister. No problem, kid. You coming? Mm-hmm. Oh, that's where this leads. Look, this elevator works all right. Go get evacuates, I suppose. What's going on? No, the square stuff, isn't it? There aren't any in here, but I can hear them just outside the door. Yeah, hold on, maybe Pokey and I can... No, it's okay. Looks like the squares aren't inside the elevator yet. You're in a hurry, right? Go do what you need to do. What about you? I'll figure something out. Okay. Or won't budge. Please, labs can collapse at any moment now. Let go of me! Cedric? He couldn't stop him. Messiah! Oh, you came at an awful time. Come on, we have to get out of here. Where to? Everyone else is right now. Oh, Miss Silverpoint, glad to say you make it back safely. Gosh, could have told me where you were going. All right, George. You've also found the Messiah. Hello, little one. I ran into each other while this boy forced himself into the lab complex. I couldn't stop him. I don't know why I was being so insistent. He said he needed to go rebuild a robot. Oh, you know him? Yeah. Building a robot, you say? Could that be why he needed that book? Come again. Ah, a young man with white hair and green glasses ran in earlier. That's Cedric. Said he really needed a book from the back room. Said he was an emergency, too. Poor darling looks so stressed out, so I just gave him the book. Hope he's safe. Yeah, hope he's alright, too. With anyone luck, maybe the lab complex can hold up enough for him, too. Oh my gosh. It was the labs? That poor kid. No, not him, too. Sorry about your friend. Last time we spoke, he told me we'd look for someone on the surface. I need to get going. Sweetie, you know you can't just let you walk into that danger. But George is right. The squares seem to be targeting a lot of the weaker constructs in the city. Only the library is structurally integrity able to withstand a collapse. It's best if you stay here until things stabilize, however long that takes. But what about my mission? You guys want me to bring the sun back at least? Even if you do restore the sun, I don't think that'll fix the squares, sadly. Not to mention, even getting there is going to be hard. A world like this, there's no telling what's on the tower. Anything bad happened to the Messiah of all people. Oh, that would be dreadful, dear. A friend of mine said something about this forever ago. It's better for the world to die naturally. Not living being... No living being should have to carry that burden. At the time, I thought it was still her faulty code speaking. Now I'm starting to understand. Messiah, I'm sorry. I'm really, really sorry. All this time we've burdened you with our hope, our faith, blissfully ignoring the fact that you're just a lost child. Well, you're probably more scared than any of us, aren't you? We've been dealing with this tragedy for so long, it's become background noise for us now. But for you, it must be so terrifying. Now you're stuck here with the rest of us, being held back by the very people you were told to save. You must seem so ungrateful. It's okay. When I first came to this world, back then, all I wanted to do was go home. Pokey, do you remember? The very first time. Not sure how far back it was for you, but I remember towards the end, I actually wasn't sure anymore about going home. Even knowing the world will be doomed eventually, I still wanted the people here to be happy. So when you told me to return the sun back then, I didn't even question it. But then I just came back. What? Then I found out the world being like this. Prototype said to forget the things he told me. Cedric said not to think about it too much, but I'm sorry for getting all upset of you back in the mine. I thought for you to know all that, yet continue doing this, just seemed cruel. And I realized something. You really wanted to save both the world and me. But at the end, you can only choose one, right? Is it really hard for you too? Must be. The world isn't broken. Let choice still be here? Do you still need to choose between one or the other? But even if it is, I really want to save this world, Pokey. Even if it's more dangerous this time around. Even if so many nice people you met were... Pokey, I'm not afraid anymore. That's why I think you guys should let me go. I promise I'll be okay. Please? Aw, sweetie. So brave. Even braver than most grown-ups. It would be right of us to keep you, would it? Besides, how can I say no to those puppy dog eyes? Well, if George is fine with it, I guess we should let you go now, Messiah. Promise you'll be careful, okay? Mm-hmm. You guys be safe, too. Well, now that we've had all that, we're gonna end things off. Next time on OneShot, we'll be making our way down to try and find Rue. And try and figure out where all we need to go next. See you guys then.